We are joined by a familiar face today, Mr. Wesley Prankard. He's been on the show quite a few times before. His family has been doing ministry work in northern Canada for years, but in 2011, God touched his heart to start his own mission surrounding First Nations children. Wes, thank you for joining us again today. We're so excited that you're here. All right, so your mission is to provide playgrounds within walking distance of every First Nations child, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You started this at what age?
I started this at around 11 years old.
Okay, so to be honest, at 11 years old, I'm in middle school, right? My mission is to figure out what boy I had a crush on or something. That was so selfless of you. What really started this?
Well, it all started with just a simple idea. My dad, he was up north in the community of Attawapiskat, and he was helping a organization bring up some supplies, humanitarian, to the community. And he and my whole family had never heard of these people up north living in third world conditions. And so it was really, a big shock to him when he had first seen all of this stuff. And he took a lot of pictures, and he learned a lot of stories of the people living in the community. And he took that home, and for the first few days that he was home, he barely spoke to anybody because he didn't know what to say about it, because it was just so new to him, and it was just crazy that people were living like this.
Shocking.
Right. And when he finally got his words, he sat us down at the table at dinner, and he went through a little album of all these pictures that he had taken, and he told us all the stories of people living in the community. And it was just crazy for me to hear about these people living in these conditions without running water, without electricity, proper education. And I wanted to do something to help. And so me and my dad camped out for 24 hours to raise funds and awareness for the community
in
the
winter.
Think
it's important to mention when you camped out. It wasn't just a camp out in the summer.
That's right.
It's a camp out in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
So why?
One of the pictures that my dad had showed me was of a tent house. And what a tent house is, it's a wooden frame with tarp over it. And it's very simple structure. And people live in that, in these northern communities all year round, during the winter, where it can get to negative 40 degrees or lower. And yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so I wanted to experience what I saw in this picture better, and we didn't have the money to just fly up to the community and see it for ourselves, and I wanted to educate more people of the things that I had just seen through these pictures. And so me and my dad, we camped out in the winter, and
your dad did it with you?
Yes.
I'm sure he was not very happy about that. I can't imagine.
We were all very excited for it, and I think we all had a good time in the end. We're pretty scared to start this because none of us had really done anything ourselves with this kind of charity work. So we camped out, and it was an amazing experience, and it was so cool, the response that we got from my whole city of Niagara Falls. We got radio stations, newspapers, and people from all over Niagara were pitching in, and we raised 24,000 pounds of food and clothing supplies our first year doing this.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
So you've been doing that every year since 2011.
That's right.
Right, and so you've built one playground, and you're working on building your second one right now?
Yes, we're currently working on our second playground in Brunswick House First Nation.
Okay, cool. So tell me about the camp out. Tell me what it looks like from start to finish. You guys go out there, and how many people join you?
Yeah, so this year was a little different. The past couple years, it's been me and my dad every year for about 24. We just raised it to 50 hours, I think 2 years ago. And, we get there and we set up the tents and we camp out for, however long it is. But this year, we have started the Starfish Project. And so the Starfish Project is where we create a group from a southern community. So the first group is in my city, Niagara Falls. And then we create a group in the community that we are building the playground in.
Okay, look, we have some footage here.
Oh.
Right now, you guys camping out this year.
Yeah.
That looks so cold.
It was, yeah. It was very cold. So there's a couple of the guys from our group were chopping some wood for the fire. Cool. And so, these groups, they get together over social media, and they think of ways that they can fundraise. And then they bring those fundraisers into their own communities. And so the campout was the kickoff fundraiser for this Brunswick House First Nation Starfish Project. And so we had.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And so we had all the kids. There was 4 others, including me. at the campout for the Starfish Project. And you know, we had a great time. It was really fun. You know, we're all good friends, and so we just, you know, had a lot of fun. You know, playing games, and you know, about one whole day was spent us guys trying to be macho and chopping wood. It was such a fun experience, and it's a really cool thing that I love to do every year. I look forward to this fundraiser.
You look forward to sleeping outside in negative 10 degrees.
It's really fun. It is, and once you get past the, you know, frostbite and the cold and the snow, it's not that bad.
Right. Yeah. So tell me about Northern Starfish. That's your nonprofit,
yeah.
And it's not just about the Starfish Project.
That's right.
Right? You focus on some social injustices, correct?
Yeah, that's right. So Northern Starfish is the organization that I started shortly after our first campout, and it started when I actually got to visit Attawapiskat, which is where we built our first playground, and I'd gone up there to meet the people that my dad had told me about in these stories, and see the pictures firsthand. And it was a crazy experience. And I was talking to my friend up there, his name was Rob, and he was showing me around the community, showing me all the different things they have. He showed me their homeless shelter, which was condemned in mold. He showed me their grocery store, where prices are jacked because all the shipping and all that stuff. Yeah. And it's really hard up there. And I wanted to meet more kids. And so I asked him where the playground was, and he told me they didn't have one. And this was a huge shock to me, because there's 55 playgrounds in Niagara Falls, and these guys didn't even have one. And so that's where Northern Starfish started. As soon as I got back to my parents, I said, these guys need a playground. Yeah. We got home and we started fundraising, and through the fundraising, we created Northern Starfish, and we've been going on from there.
Well, that's very impressive. I commend you on what you're doing. I don't know that I have enough courage to go out there and sleep and camp out with you. I support you. So good luck in your future endeavors, and we just appreciate you being a part of the show.